And the Indian Sports Network is on the air. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Kenny Masterson coming to you live from Elsberry High School in Elsberry, Missouri. And today we are going to see a varsity softball game between the visiting Louisiana Lady Bulldogs and your Elsberry Lady Indians. And this is let's see, get my act together here. Um, Elsberry is going into this game, 8-3. They're coming off of a victory last night over Clopton. Kind of a strange one. I mean, it was last night, but it was just the second half of the game was last night, and they won that game 12-0. Louisiana has not had any success this season at all. They are 0-9 on the season, and they are hungry for a win. And if anybody remembers last year, I certainly do. I'd like to get it out of my mind, but we played up there. Elsberry played up there in Louisiana last year, and they were ahead, if I remember right, 5-0, and had the game well in hand, and then a couple of errors came along, and all of a sudden Louisiana just couldn't get stopped. There was like one or two outs, and they scored 10 runs, and Louisiana won that game 10-5. It was only like one of 3 or 4 games they won last year. So you just cannot get complacent against these teams. I don't care if they are 0-9. Number one, law of averages says they're going to win. Number two, is just you get complacent against them and, start thinking, well, I don't have to work very hard. And, we got this game. And all of a sudden they come back and win the game. So Elsberry better be on top tonight because it can sure change in a hurry. One of the things that Louisiana's had trouble this year doing is getting runs. They've only scored 6 runs this entire season. Out of 9 games, they've only scored 6 runs. And 3 of those came in a game a couple nights ago against Clopton. Before that, they scored 1 run against North Shelby, and they scored 1 run against Bowling Green and 1 run against Palmyra. In the meantime, they've given up double figures in every game except one. They've given up double figures. So, like I said, they have not had any success this year. But tonight is a whole different game. We'll just see how that goes. Now, for Elsberry, like I said, Elsberry is 8-3 on the season, and it's almost a tale of 2 teams when it comes to this Elsberry softball team. The games that they have won, they have scored a lot of runs, with the exception of 1 game. And they haven't given up very many. I counted up today, and I didn't write it down, but I believe they've scored 88 runs this year and only given up about 33, something like that. But the games that they've won, they won 13-1, 17-0, 13-1, 9-6, which was a closer game, but they still had 9 runs in the game. They won 10-0 and 11-10. So the games that they've won, they've scored a lot of runs. The lone exception was against Fort Zumwalt East when they only scored 2 runs, but they held Fort Zumwalt East to just 1 run. So they won that game 2-1. And on the other hand, the games that they've lost, again with the exception of 1 game, they have given up quite a few runs. The games that they lost 10-0, they lost 7-1, and they lost 3-0. So the 3-0 is the only game that they didn't give up a bunch of runs on. But you can tell that the difference between winning and losing is whether or not they got their bats going. And even last night was sort of an example of it. They went into last night's game with the game partially played, and they had a 9-run lead going into last night's game. But while they didn't allow Clopton to score any in the rest of the game, they only came up with 3 runs in 4 innings. So their bats were going some, but they weren't going like they could be. So anyway, let's take a look at, compare these two teams a little bit on some other stats. And let's see how we're going to do this here. Well, yeah, Elsberry's been scoring 7.6 runs per game against Louisiana's 0.7 runs per game. Elsberry's allowed 3.9 runs per game, and Louisiana's allowed 11.6 runs per game. The all-time history on these two teams, they've played quite a few times in the last few years. The all-time history is Elsberry's won 17 and lost 10. Current streak is 1 loss, and that was the 10-5 loss last year that they would like to forget about, but they better not, because that just goes to show them what can happen in a game. Of course, they almost saw the same thing happen this year at North Callaway, where they went into the bottom of the 7th inning with an 11-5 lead and won the game 11-10. North Callaway came up with 5 more runs with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning, so that was a scary moment in this season. So anyway, let's go over the lineups, starting lineups for these two teams. For the visiting Louisiana Lady Bulldogs, starting tonight, leading off is going to be number 3, Savannah Anderson. She's the catcher. Batting second, number 9, Tatum DePriest, center field. Batting third is the pitcher, Emily Powell, number 12. Batting fourth, Jaden Womack, shortstop, number 7. Batting fifth, number first base. Batting sixth, number 11, Cameron Glow, left field. Number 15, Ashlyn Treadway will be batting 7th, designated player. Number 10, batting 8th is Ty Campbell, third base. And batting 9th is number 2, Emma Inglis, playing second base. Flex player is number 20, Brilyn Harris, and she is playing right field. Now for your home team, Elsberry Lady Indians. We're going to have a well, I'm not going to say totally different, but a somewhat different lineup tonight. Leading off tonight for Elsberry is going to be number 15, Kylie Kinsler, and she's going to be in left field. Number 16, Mackenzie Gladney, the catcher, will be batting second. Batting third, number 20, Kelsey Flaster, center field. Batting fourth, number 9, Tyra Henderson, third base. Batting fifth, number 19, Morgan Jones, first base. Batting sixth, number 3, Peyton Robinson, shortstop. Batting seventh, number 18, Taylor Mooney, designated player. Batting eighth, number 7, Lily Smith, right field. And batting ninth, number 14, Abby Jenkins, second base. Flex players, Addison Steele, number 11, and she will be pitching. So Addison Steele getting a start tonight. And that's moving Kylie Kinsler out into the left field. And Kelsey Flaster will be in center field instead of Tiny Henderson, who normally plays center field. And Lily Smith will be out in right field, taking Addison Steele's place. So a few changes here for Elsberry. Let's see how it works out for them. So let's go ahead and take a break before this game gets started.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that. But when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security, right? Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders committed to strengthening communities right here in Missouri. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you'll be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
All right, we are ready to go play some softball. Addison Steele is going to take a few warm-up pitches. I was watching her warm up before the game, before the actual warm-ups. I was watching her warming up some, and she was actually looking pretty good. I think Elsberry is going to be okay for next year after Kylie Kinsler graduates at the end of this year. They're going to be okay as far as pitching. So, leading off for Louisiana is number 3, Savannah Anderson, the catcher. We are ready to start this game. Addison looks in, gets a sign, and here's her first pitch. And it's low, ball 1. There's a call, strike 1. Ball 2. Addison Steele has pitched 5 innings this year so far. She has an ERA of something here. I'll find it here in a second. Ball 3. Find her ERA. Where'd it go? It was here earlier. I'll find it here in a second. There's a call, strike. So we have a full count of 3-2. No more room for any pitches. She has an ERA of 2.6. And a leadoff batter walks. So that brings up number 9, Tatum DePriest, center field. Nobody out, 1 runner on. And she squares up to bunt. And she bunts it foul, but the runner, Savannah Anderson, took off for second anyway. And she was easily thrown out at second. So a ball and a strike on DePriest. One ball, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So with 2 outs, we have number 12, Emily Powell, coming up. She is the pitcher. No runners on. Ball up and out. There's a blooper. Wow. Good play there by Peyton Robinson. She ran over there right in front of second base. She grabbed the ball on one short hop, got up off of her knees, and threw to first base in time to catch the runner, Emily Powell. So a 6-3 putout, and with Savannah Anderson caught stealing, that put the Louisiana Lady Bulldogs down in order, 1-2-3, even though Savannah Anderson walked. So as we go to the bottom of the first inning, score is 0-0.
These days, the concept of value matters more than ever. And you'd be hard-pressed to find a better value than high school sports. Extracurricular activities, including sports, make up about 2% of the budget for a typical Missouri high school. In return, participation in sports promotes citizenship and sportsmanship. Sports also instill a sense of community pride and teach lifelong lessons about cooperation and self-discipline. They encourage physical fitness. They produce community leaders. By offering so many benefits to the community for such a small percentage of a school's overall budget, it's easy to see why high school sports are one of the best bargains around. The real cost would come from not having them at all. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
All right, here we go into the bottom of the first inning. Kylie Kinsler is going to be leading off for the Lady Indians. Kylie is at this point in time, she is the leading hitter for Elsberry. She has a .484 average, has 15 hits. 9 of those are singles, 3 of them are doubles, and she has 3 home runs. She's got 15 RBIs. Ball high. Kylie bats from the right side. Ball 2. Didn't really get a chance to see their pitcher, that's Emily Powell. Didn't really get a chance to see her warming up much. There's a call strike. I'll try to critique her a little bit, like I know what I'm talking about. Hard hit ball past shortstop, and it gets past left field. Kylie's rounding first onto second, and she holds up with a double. So a leadoff double for Elsberry. Elsberry now has a runner on second base in the form of Kylie Kinsler. Brings up number 16, Mackenzie Gladney, the catcher. Gladney is batting .355 this season. She takes the ball. So with nobody out, runner on second. Gladney jumps out of the way but can't miss it. She's hit by the pitch. So that brings up number 20, Kelsey Flaster. Flaster's batting .314. There's a call strike. Nobody out, 2 runners on, Gladney and Kinsler. Ball high. High foul ball to the right side. That ball's heading for Calhoun County. Long, dramatic second strike. Ball comes skipping in. The throw over to third. Kylie Kinsler tried to steal third on that, and she is picked off. In the meantime, Mackenzie Gladney heads down to second base. Little dribbler back to first. Throw over to first, and Flaster's out. 1-3 put out there. But Gladney does go on to third. Brings up number 9, Tyra Henderson, with 2 outs now. Ball 1. Ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. Gladney on third, 2 outs. Gladney 60 feet away from the first run. Ball 3 comes skipping in, but their catcher gets it. Good job there by Savannah Anderson. Hard hit ball out into center field, and it's to the fence. Gladney is in. Tyra's on her way to second, and she is on her way to third. So a triple for Tyra Henderson. Scores Mackenzie Gladney. Another ball right over the middle. Scores Tyra Henderson. That didn't get a chance to say it. That was Morgan Jones batting. And maybe they'll give me enough time here to change the score. Peyton Robinson is up to bat now with Morgan Jones on first. Call strike. Foul tip, strike 1. I'm sorry, strike 2. So Morgan Jones on first. Peyton Robinson with no balls, 2 strikes. Another foul ball back into the Louisiana crowd. Remains 0-2. Okay, I think I've caught up with everything now. Robinson is batting .257 this year. Another foul ball to the left side. Stays 0-2. And she is hit by the pitch. Brings up designated player Taylor Mooney, number 18. Mooney has a 176 average in just 7 games. There's a call, strike 1. Ball 1. 1-1 on Mooney with 2 outs, 2 runners on. That's Morgan Jones and Peyton Robinson are on base. Ball 2. Lily Smith is on deck. High fly ball. It's going to drop. And we have 1 run in and 2 runs in. So base hit for Mooney. and 2-run score. Brings up Lily Smith. So with 2 outs and Taylor Mooney on first, Lily Smith takes a swing and a miss. Ball 1. Abby Jenkins on base if Lily Smith can keep this, or on deck if Lily Smith can keep this going. Ball hit to second. The ball is bobbled, but it's thrown in time. So a 4-3 put out. And Elsberry leaves 1 runner on, but they put 4 across the plate. And we go to the top of the 2nd inning. Elsberry ahead 4 runs to 0. Let's take a break.
Are you familiar with or have you experienced water damage in your business or home? Even if the damage is small, repairs can be very costly, not to mention the unpleasant sight and smell of the damaged area. It's okay. Heartland Restoration is here to help. Give us a chance on your next project. Call 314-993-6377 today.
All right, as Elsberry's defense comes onto the field, number 7, Jaden Womack, their shortstop, comes up to bat to lead off for the Lady Bulldogs in the top of the 2nd inning. She's bringing it in from the right side. Addison Steele looks into the catcher, looks into the dugout, and she's ready to pitch. Ball inside. And there's a call strike. Ball comes skipping in and gets past Gladney. Ball 2. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Ball hits sharply to second base. Abby Jenkins picks it up and throws it over to Jones for the first out. Brings up number 17, Jaden Womack. Number 17, Allie Jenkins, first base. Gonna say, Jaden Womack just batted. Now we have Allie Jenkins, first base. Ball hit to third base. Tyra picks it up, throws it over to Morgan Jones for the second out. Number 11, Cameron Glow, left field. Ball low. Ball high. Now she needs to average those 2 out and get it across the plate. There's a call strike. Thought that was. I was just waiting for the umpire to call it. 2 balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 2-2. 2 outs, nobody on. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So 3 up, 3 down for Louisiana in their second inning. And we go to the bottom of the second. The score is 4-0, Elsberry over Louisiana.
Ever wonder where your hard-earned money goes when you deposit it? It stays here, at home, to help make living here what we've all come to expect. We've got everything the mega banks do, but we've made a commitment to our community. So when you're looking for the right bank, see People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
All right, here we are for the bottom of the second inning. Score is 4-0, Elsberry over Louisiana. Batting this inning is going to be number 14, Abby Jenkins, second base. Let me go back to the top of the lineup again. Kylie Kinsler and Mackenzie Gladney. If anybody gets on, it'll bring up Kelsey Plaster. Jenkins is batting .333 this year. 1/3 of the time she is hitting it safely. First pitch of the ball. Ball 2. Call strike 1. Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. And she takes a base on balls. So a leadoff walk for Elsberry. Brings up top of the batting order, left field, Kylie Kinsler. And Jenkins, unopposed, heads for second base. It's ball 1 on Kinsler. Ball 2. Kinsler squared up to bunt the first time up, or the first pitch. Hard hit ball right to third base. It bounced out of her glove, so she couldn't pick it up in time to throw, and Jenkins stayed at second. She would have been out if she had tried to gone. But Kylie Kinsler safely on first. Brings up Mackenzie Gladney, who was hit by the pitch last time up. Wow, hard hit ball down the third base line, but foul and out of play. So no balls, 1 strike. We have Jenkins on second and Kinsler on first. No balls, one strike on Mackenzie Gladney. Another foul ball to the left side, out of play. So quickly 0-2. There's a hard hit ball into left field. It's to the fence. Jenkins comes around. Kinsler's going to come around and score. And Mackenzie Gladney is on second with a double. So with nobody out, 2 more runs are in. Try to get that on the computer here. We have a score of 6-0 now. Kelsey Flaster up to bat. And she now, for the foul ball, she has 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball high. Two and one. Three and one. There's a call strike. So the count is full. We don't have room for any more pitches here. Hits the ball right to first base, and she is out at first, but Gladney is on her way to third. Brings up Tyra Henderson, who had a RBI tripler last time up. Hard hit ball out into right center, and it drops in front of the fence, and 1 run scores, and Tyra Henderson's on with the double. So a 1-out double scores Mackenzie Gladney. Hard hit ball out into center, and it drops off the center's glove. And Tyra is on her way to score. That was Morgan Jones with the stand-up double. They're going faster than I can keep up here. And Louisiana's changing pitchers. All right, let me try to catch up. What inning is this? So Morgan Jones hit the double, scored Tyra Henderson after she hit a double. And we'll now have Peyton Robinson up to bat. Let's see who we have batting here. Number 10. That is Ty Campbell. She came from third base. So she's taking her warm-up pitches, and now we are ready to bat again. I think I've got everything caught up. Peyton Robinson is up. She was hit by the pitch her first time up and came around and scored. Swing and a miss, strike 1. High fly foul ball to the third base side is out of play. So quickly 0-2 on Peyton Robinson. And that was foul ball, I think, off of her leg. Yeah, it must be. She's kind of flexing her left leg a little bit. So it remains 0-2 with 1 out and 1 runner on. Pop up right to the pitcher for out number 2. And now we have Taylor Mooney up. She hit safely her last time up. Ball outside. Little pop up, going to drop to the ground. Second base cannot pick it up, and Morgan Jones comes on around to score. Brings up Lily Smith. Lily Smith hit out to second base. Her last time up, and she hits a fly ball out into center field that they could not get to, and she is on safely. So now Taylor Mooney is on second. Lily Smith is on first, and brings up Abby Jenkins, who started this whole thing with a walk in the first earlier in this inning. Little dribbler to first base, pick it up and throws her out. So a 1-3 put out for the third out. And Elsberry leaves 2 runners on, but they pick up some more runs. And at the end of 2 innings, we now have a score of 9-0. Elsberry over Louisiana as we go into the top of the third. Let's take a break.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about, we all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
All right, as Elsberry takes the field with a 9-0 lead, Ashlyn Treadway, number 15, the designated player, comes up to the plate. First time in tonight in the third inning. First pitch is a ball. Second pitch is a ball. Quickly, 2 balls and no strikes on Treadway. Call strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Fly ball out into center and could not pick it up. Lily Smith gets the ball thrown into second base. So a leadoff hit for Louisiana. Their second base runner tonight, first hit. They had a walk. Their leadoff batter was a walk back in the first inning. Brings up Ty Campbell. Ball hit to short, over to second for one. Not in time on first. So Ty Campbell is on first on a fielder's choice. Brings up Emma Inglis, second base. Right to the pitcher. She caught it, line drive, and over to first. Double play. So halfway through the third inning, we have a score of 9-0. And Louisiana has been out. They've only brought three batters up each inning. They've had runners on twice, but they can't seem to get them across.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
Okay, we are back for the bottom of the third inning. Kylie Kinsler leading off. She's got a double tonight and a single and an RBI, and she was caught stealing in the first inning. She was caught stealing third base. Kylie Kinsler, normally the pitcher, but she's playing left field tonight. So Addison Steele can get some more experience, and she's doing a heck of a job pitching. Ball one to Kinsler. Foul tip, strike one. Hard hit ball out into right field. Off the fence. And she is rounding her way to third base. The throw is in there, but not in time. Kylie Kinsler with a stand-up triple. Leadoff triple for Elsberry. So she's had a single, a double, and a triple tonight. Ball one on Mackenzie Gladney. She's got a double tonight and was hit by a pitch, and she scored both times she's been up. Ball hit between short and third, and Kinsler's home. And Gladney is on first. That makes the score 10-0. Kelsey Plaster up to bat now. Call strike, 1-1. Mackenzie Gladney on first base. Here's a high foul ball. Catcher's under it and has it. Brings up Tyra Henderson. She has a triple and a double. And she also has scored both times she's been up. So with one out, Gladney on first. Tyra Henderson batting. Ball 2 on Tyra Henderson. Ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes, 1 out, 1 runner on. Ball 4. Brings up number 19, Morgan Jones. She's had a single and a double tonight, and she also has scored both times she's been up. There's a pop-up to pitcher, and she has it. The throw to first for a double play. That should be 3 outs. I was going to say, everybody standing around out there, that should be 3 outs. So, another run in. And going into the 4th inning, score is 10-0, Elsberry over Louisiana.
People's Bank and Trust knows that every minute of your day counts, so it's good to have a few time savers on your side. Take internet banking, for example. It allows you to bank from home rather than having to make an extra trip to the bank just to check your balance, transfer funds, or view recent transactions. You can even pay your bills online, eliminating a trip to the post office for stamps. Best of all, People's Bank and Trust offers all of this free of charge. Visit us online at www.pbtc.net and sign up today. Just another example of hometown banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Top of the 4th inning. Normally the greeting is top of the morning. This is going to be top of the 4th inning to you. And so we have number 3, Savannah Anderson. It's her 2nd time up. She's a leadoff batter for Louisiana. And they're just now getting back to the top of the lineup. She walked her 1st time up and was caught stealing 2nd. Strike 1. Ball 1. Foul tip back to us. Just got caught by the fence. Strike 2. Little dribbler. Tyra Henderson picks it up. She didn't pick it up. She couldn't get a grip on it, and Savannah Anderson is on base again. Brings up Tatum to Priest, center field. Louisiana with the runner on first. Foul ball down the first base side. Strike 1. That is the 3rd base runner for it's a 3rd base runner for Louisiana. They haven't got anybody past 2nd base, though. Ball hit hard to short, over in time to get the lead runner at second. So on a fielder's choice, Tatum DePriest is on. Number 12, Emily Powell. She ground out to shortstop her first time up. Ball one. High foul ball coming back here to us. Strike one. Ball two. Throw down to first. Not in time. Foul tip right into the fence. Strike two. Emily Powell up to bat with count of 2-2, one out, one runner on. Ball three. That loads up the count. Next one's going to have to make contact with the bat of some kind. Right up the middle. And Kelsey Flaster picks it up, throws it into second. So Louisiana has two runners on now with one out. Number 7, Jaden Womack. She ground out to Abby Jenkins over at second base her first time up. Strike one called. Foul ball down the left side. Strike two. One out. Two runners on. 0-2 count on Jaden Womack, their shortstop. One ball, two strikes. High fly ball. Who's going to get there? Abby Jenkins is there. So that's two outs. Runners cannot advance, or did not advance on that. Brings up number 17, Allie Jenkins, first base. With two outs and two runners on. We have an Abby Jenkins. They have an Allie Jenkins. I guess somebody else has an alley cat. I don't know. Fly ball out into center field, and Flaster is there for the put out. All right, so no runs, couple of hits, two runners left on. And at the, let's see, that was the top of the fourth inning. As we go into the bottom of the fourth inning, the score is Elsberry 10, Louisiana 0.
Fans, when you attend a high school game, do you stand at attention during the national anthem? Do you cheer a good play by the opposing team? If your team loses, do you take it well in stride? If you have answered yes to any of those questions, you are showing positive examples of sportsmanship. Don't forget that when you attend high school events, Young eyes are watching you for examples of acceptable behavior. By making a conscientious effort, you'll be helping our students grow into better citizens. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
All right. In the fourth inning, bottom of the fourth, as a matter of fact, we have number 3, Peyton Robinson, coming up. She was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Oh, geez. I guess I ought to keep my eye on the players out there. We have Alyssa Love batting now. And we have a Nick Penn that quit working. All right, 2 strikes on Alyssa Love. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and catcher misses it, but she is tagged out. All right, putting a whole new team out there for me. We have Lexi Black. Number 21, Lexi Black. Hard hit ball down the third base side. Strike 1. Foul tip, hit the catcher, hit the umpire. Just trying to go after everybody. That's what I was thinking. That was 3 outs, I thought. And another strikeout. So quickly, 2 strikeouts and 2 outs. Brings up Lily Smith. Through the pitcher, through the shortstop. And Lily Smith is on with a base hit. Now we have Neosha Henderson up to bat. With 2 outs and 1 runner on. Ball 1. Foul ball by about 1/8 of an inch. Hard hit ball down the third baseline, but it was just barely foul. If the curvature of the earth would have been different, that would have been a fair ball. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Three balls, 1 strike on Neosha Henderson. Foul tip. Strike 2. Full count on Neosha Henderson. Hit the ball to shortstop. She fumbles it, and everybody is safe. So 2 outs. Brings up Kylie Kinsler in the fourth inning. She's got a single. She's got a double. She's got a triple. It's time for a home run. Strike one. High fly ball into left field, and it drops. Smith is around to score. And Neosha Henderson is on third, and Kylie is on second with her another double. 2-out double scores Lily Smith. Okay, brings up Mackenzie Gladney. She's got a single. She's been hit by the pitch, and she's got a double. She has scored twice. Ball one. Reaching up high for that one. That was a second-story pitch, and she fouled it off. Oh, wow, hard hit ball, but it's foul. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on Gladney. 2 outs, 2 runners on. Another ball, same place. Hard hit ball into center field. And it is caught by center field, and that is a 3rd out. But another run comes in. 2 runners are left. And at the end of 4 innings, we have a score of 11-0.
Hey, hon, what are you doing up so early?
Oh, I'm just getting ready to take care of some stuff with the bank.
The bank? I surely hope you're going to get dressed first. You'd get some pretty weird looks showing up in your robe and fuzzy slippers.
I'm not going to the bank. I'm doing it all right here from home using People's Bank and Trust online banking and bill pay service. I can check our account balances, transfer money, make a loan payment, and even pay bills, all from the comfort of my pajamas. Best of all, it's free.
Banking in your pajamas. Now, if we could only get the grocery store to deliver.
Start banking online today by visiting us online at www.pbtc.net. People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
All right. Even though the scoreboard says the 6th inning, unless I fell asleep sometime, we are only in the 5th inning. So we are in the top of the 5th inning. Score is 11-0, Elsberry over Louisiana. Going to bring up Cameron Glow, the left fielder. Addison Steele still pitching a very good game. Strike one on Glow. Ball hit right up the middle. Flaster picks it up in center field, and Glow is on first with a single. Brings up number 15, Ashton Treadway, designated player. Gladney with a good job stopping that ball. Swing and a miss, strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cameron Glow on first base. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Throw down to first and not in time. So strikeout on Ashton Treadway for the first out. Brings up number 10, Ty Campbell. Started off on third base and graduated to pitching. There's a call, strike 1. Ball gets away from Gladney, and Cameron Glow is on her way to second. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 runner on. Ball 2. Call, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 runner on. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 strikeouts in a row for Addison Steele. So with 2 outs, brings up Emma Inglis, second base. Cameron Glow still down on second base, running. Call, strike 1. Up and out, ball 1. Call, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball 2. 2-2. 2 outs, 1 runner on. Ball 3. We have no more room in this count. Ball better make contact with the bat or something else is going to happen. There's a call, strike 3. So after giving up a leadoff hit, Addison Steele buckles down and gets rid of the next 3 batters on strikeouts. As we go into as we don't go into the bottom. At the end of 5 innings, the game is over at 11-0. Never know when these games are going to end. I just wait for the players to go home and I quit talking about them. So anyway, final score tonight is 11-0, Elsberry over Louisiana. And go back over a little bit of this. And Kylie Kinsler playing left field. She had a single, a single, 2 doubles, and a triple. She scored twice, was caught stealing once. Mackenzie Gladney was hit by a pitch and came around and scored. She got a double and came around and scored. She got a single, and then she flied out to center field. Tyra Henderson with a triple and a double and a walk. She scored twice and then was caught in a double play at first base on a fly ball. Morgan Jones with a single and a double, and she scored twice. Peyton Robinson with a hit by pitch, rather. And she scored. Taylor Mooney with 2 singles. Lily Smith with a couple of singles. Abby Jenkins had a walk. And Neosha Henderson with a single. So the bats came out tonight. And just like I've said about every other game, when the bats come out, the girls win. When they can't seem to find the ball, they can't seem to win. So they need to, going into the rest of these games, they need to concentrate on hitting. Let's see. We got coming up next. Let me get back to this. Get the schedule up here. Let's see. The next game, well, we've got the Louisiana tournament coming up Saturday. And I believe that first game is against Clopton, which they scored a decisive victory over Clopton a couple nights ago. But they are no slouches. Clopton has a winning record. And after Clopton, yeah, well, it depends on whether they win or lose. I mean, there's no way of knowing who they're going to play next in a tournament. But that game, I believe, is at 9 o'clock. Well, it says here 8 o'clock. But I'm thinking the game is at 9 o'clock Saturday morning. Either way, look for me on the air Saturday morning. I will be there at Louisiana. And we're going to broadcast all 3 games, whether they win them or lose them, or some combination thereof. And then next week we'll be at St. Dominic and back here at Elsberry for Mark Twain. So 2 games next week after the 3 at the Louisiana tournament on Saturday. But meanwhile, congratulations to the Elsberry Lady Indians on their decisive victory tonight of 11-0. And again, the bats came out. So anyway, until Saturday morning, this is Kenny Masterson saying good night from Elsberry, Missouri, and good night from the Indian Sports Network.